Hey, Taurus, intuitive soul coach here with your August 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, shadow work, flexibility, and body talk are the key themes for you in the month of August. You also have a bonus card that came out as well. Now, some of you have been dealing with some struggles, some challenges, some inner healing work, buried emotions, addictions, whatever this was for you or is for you that you're currently coming out of. I feel like it has been difficult. However, your bonus card is the milestones. So a lot of you are overcoming this challenge. This is finding solutions for those obstacles that you've been facing. This is about integration as well. I'm getting body and mind, because you do have the body talk card coming in here. So if you felt disconnected, some of you may have been going through serious health conditions or health concerns or issues, you yourself or a close family member or friends. For others of you, you may have been dealing with some deep insecurities, whether this was insecurities around your worth, whether it comes to your gifts, your skills, your talents, whatever it is that you do to earn a living or make a living. For others of you, this is relationship. But I am getting here, Taurus, that you're looking at some deep, deep values within. I'm getting the phrase here, reconfiguring the way that you do life. Okay, reconfiguring the way you do life. So there's something I'm getting here that you are shifting up, and it may have to do with going inward, taking a look at those values, those limiting beliefs, taking a look at all of that stuff that sometimes we pile in a corner and we don't take a look at because it's too challenging, it's too difficult, it's too painful. I feel like you've either done the work by going over there in that corner and saying, okay, how can I pick through this? Even if it's day by day, how can I look at this and in order to release, in order to organize my thoughts, my mind? For some of you, this is physical as well. You could be hoarders. I'm getting some of you may have family members that hoard or hang on to things as well that need to be released. Some of you could even be having at times digestion issues, IBS. There could be something within the colon. You may even have a colonoscopy coming up here. I'm also getting something within the chest area. So this could be possibly maybe mammogram or anxiety, depression. Please seek a medical professional if need be. But I am sensing that the worst is behind you, Taurus. So this is good because this is about inner healing, post-traumatic stress. Some of you have went through and you've been triggered. You've been triggered deeply, but I feel like you're taking a look at some of those things, whether you formed addictions based on them. Maybe there were buried or suppressed emotions. This could be the ego. Some of you are dealing with someone around you, maybe someone that you grew up with that was living from a place of ego, and you didn't feel a lot of that heart center energy as well. Now you have the flexibility card showing up here in the month of August. So I'm getting here unlimited potential. Okay. And we also have that Lionsgate portal on 8/8. And that is a very powerful time to reassess those goals, set new beginnings, set new intentions. So Taurus, whatever it is that you've struggled with, if you can write them down, get them out on paper, speak to a trusted friend, connect with a business coach, an intuitive, a counselor, a therapist, a doctor, there's something that you are being guided to do that may not necessarily be by yourself, because I feel like help is available here if you open yourself up to help. But sometimes, Taurus, you may feel quite individualistic, where you do things on your own, or maybe you grew up where you had to rely on no one but yourself, or maybe you've just taken on that mentality that if I don't get it done, or if I don't do it, it's never going to happen. I'm getting here, be flexible. If that is your belief system, that you have to go through this alone, there's something with reconfiguring that belief and allowing yourself to open up the heart chakra to receiving some sort of support, help, or love. Because flexibility is all about going on a little bit of a divine detour here. There's something that may be deep, deep, deep in your conditioning based on an experience that's happened in the past for you. That spirit is saying it's time to loosen up. It's time to shake that up because it's too lodged, right? It's too lodged on your energy center and it's not helping, it's hindering. So this is time for you to go inward and take a look at what may have become lodged in your energy field based on maybe a traumatic or negative experience, because it's just not serving you. It's hindering you from new opportunities. Now, this is all about you shaking that up, and I feel like a lot of you are ready to shake it up. Therefore, that's why you're doing that inner work. That's why you have the milestones showing up as your bonus card, because you may ask yourself or tell yourself, well, I really don't want to shake that up too much because it's not going to change, right? The way that you think, the way that you do things, something is really shifting here, and you're being guided. A lot of you are working with your guides at this time, your spiritual team, loved ones, ancestors. This is all about you having those new ideas. Expansion of the mind is what I'm hearing here as well. Expansion of the heart, because some of you hold your heart a little bit on lockdown because, yeah, there's been grief, there's been loss, there's been challenges. And when you hold that energy closer to you, you feel like you have more control or more protection. But really, it's important for us to open ourselves up to the point where we can let love flow in and out, right? There's movement here. This is flow instead of resistance. You could really benefit from doing a little more yoga, a little more stretching here as well. They're giving me here cobra pose and child's pose. If you are not a yogi, look those up. Look those up on Google or YouTube, and you may benefit from doing those two poses, cobra pose and child's pose, okay? Because that can help open up many of the chakras as well as the root and the heart as well. And there's something here with protection. You are protected. Even though you may feel vulnerable, opening up here, they're giving me that child's energy. So there's something here with playfulness, loving yourself. Some of you may have struggled with body image or self-image from a very young age as well. When the body talk card shows up, whatever you look like outside of yourself, right? Whatever your physical body is, you chose this body prior to incarnating into this lifetime. This was your vessel. This was your vehicle. And I feel that for those of you that have struggled with body image, for those of you that have gained weight, maybe in areas that you would not like to gain weight, right? Or for those of that have struggled possibly with mental distractions, this is all about you loving yourself, focusing on self-love, mental health, chakra healing. You may have even become a Reiki practitioner, or you may be getting healing work done, energy work done. A lot of you are diving into the body, the mind, and you're connecting. This is really beautiful because this is connecting instead of it being a gap, instead of looking at yourself daily and saying, I don't feel comfortable within my own skin. A lot of you are coming to that point where this is self-worth. Self-worth equals even net worth, right? When you feel good about who you are, regardless of any of the flaws, right? You're beautifully flawed. We all are, regardless of your sex, male or female, it does not matter. Some of you may have a weird longer toe. For others of you, maybe you have, a piece of yourself that you don't necessarily love. I challenge you to do a 21-day mirror challenge where you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, okay, I love you. Say your name. Look at that piece of yourself, look in your eyes and say, I love you, I accept you, I embrace you. At least I have a toe, right? Where I'm able to walk. Some people don't. So there's this energy here of gratitude and focusing on loving yourself more, even if it feels difficult to do, because yeah, shadow work can be difficult, but it is about you embracing these things now to set you up for even more success, because you are so worthy of money and love and finances and whatever success looks like to you. But there's just a little bit here of lack of self-confidence in a specific area of your life. But the good news is you're taking a look at that and you're allowing yourself to go on this divine detour, and you're going to say, what if I stretch outside that comfort zone? What if I believe that I truly am worthy, intelligent, beautiful, smart? What if I have what it takes to hone in on these spiritual gifts, right? What if I really can give other people readings? Or what if I can sell my product to hundreds of people that equals thousands of people or millions of people, right? What if you believe in yourself? I feel like that is the opportunity that you are giving yourself, Taurus, this month, because you have the milestone card. This is about accomplishments, victory, ceremonies, rewards, promotions, achievements, and success, which this has been showing up often lately. So I might do a collective video on this as well. So many people look at failure as completely on this end of the spectrum, right? We just talked about this in the Aries monthly reading as well, but success and failure are together, right? They are tied together. And so many times we think if we fail at this thing that we're not going to be good at this thing. No, they are so closely related that it is, if we think of it as the step up towards success, that is a step that we cannot skip, right? I mean, sometimes it feels like, yeah, we can take a skip over that, but we have to fail in order to succeed. But I don't love the word failure because it gets such a bad rap. But really, if we can look at it as part of the ride, right? Just like a roller coaster ride, I feel like in order to get to the end of that roller coaster, you're going to go through those ups and downs here. And sometimes you feel like you get stuck, or sometimes you go through a turn on that roller coaster and it's a little more scary, right? But you're eventually going to get to that place. And I feel like you are getting there. You're closer than you think is what I'm hearing as well. Okay, they're giving me a name here. I can't quite grasp it. I mean, it could be in a different language. Tomika? Tomishka or Tomika. Okay, it could be Timika. Please take it as it resonates. There could be a little bit of an added on piece of that name, Timika. Okay, maybe it's a place. It could be a name. It could be a location. It could be anything here. Please take it as it resonates for you. Timika. I think that's a name. Very beautiful. All right, let's dive into the tarot. So you have an opportunity here to take a look at the past. Maybe you're feeling like you're reliving it a little bit here. There could be some triggers. There could be some wounding. There could be something that you're replaying, an old story in your head. But the good news about this is you can take a look at this past because it is showing up here, and you can accept it. Because when we accept it, when we go over to that corner that we've buried those emotions and we've taken all of those experiences and we've pulled them up and we put them in a little compartmentalized area that we don't want to go back and visit, sometimes we need to look for something, right? We need to look for something because we know that holds a little bit of the answer to the next step. And I feel like you are going to the past here. Some of you may already be reliving something, but it's important for you to accept, heal, so you can move forward. So I usually don't recommend always going back to the past. I'm a very stay in the moment. Stay in the moments. That's the gift. That's the present. By being in the present, right, is you being able to focus. But if there's something of the past coming in, it's important for you to acknowledge what that is and accept some sort of trauma, whether it's working with someone to help you accept in order for you to move on, okay? Because Nine of Swords isn't a fun energy to be in. It can be sleepless nights, restless nights where you're laying awake worrying about money, worrying about your spouse, your children, your health, right? There could be some health concern that some of you aren't able to get the adequate sleep. There could be, again, something with the stomach area, something you're not able to fully digest. There could be a past situation. Some of you have been through some loss, and I'm getting here tears. So you could have stayed awake at night thinking about this situation and replaying it over and over. I mean, that can be post-traumatic stress as well. So it's important for you to channel this energy into something that brings you a sense of service is what I'm sensing here, okay? If this is career, for some of you, for example, maybe you're replaying an old childhood scene where your alcoholic father maybe was very, very abusive to your mother, right? So there could be something you're replaying. Instead of replaying that story, story, you could take that situation and say, I'm going to grow and evolve from this, and I want to go into maybe AODA or counseling or therapy or coaching when it comes to the trauma of substance abuse. So I feel like it's important here for you, Taurus, to take some sort of opportunity that has been challenging or difficult and turn it into some sort of service, because that's going to help you heal. Okay, now you also have the Two of Coins here. This is all about reassessing those priorities. The Two of Coins shows up in reverse. So I feel like there is a little bit of trying to juggle things at this time with the Two of Coins. This can be multitasking. It can be choosing a new direction, because there's something that may not have worked out. You may have felt overwhelmed. You may have taken on too much. Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you. Someone may have been planning a funeral. Okay. Some of you may have been planning something difficult for you here. But I feel like there's that 8. We talked about that 8-8 portal as well. I don't know if you can see it. It's very light on that card, but there is an opportunity here for abundance, but it's important for you to choose the path that is aligned with your values, aligned with if some of you lost a loved one, and this person was very close to you, they wouldn't want you to stay in this energy of the 9 of Swords. Okay. They would want you to choose this path here for you because they support you and they love you and they want you to strive and succeed. They don't want you to stay in this restlessness energy. Okay. That's a message just for some of you. Please take it as it resonates, but it's important for you to take a look at those priorities and say, is that a priority for me anymore? Right? And it could be something as small as, the dishes, right? The smallest the dishes. Is that a priority to me at, 6 o'clock at night when my children have another hour left before they go to bed? Can I do them after they go to bed, or is it a priority now? So that's just something minor. It's an example where you may be taking a look at these and you may say, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So let's not focus on the past that takes away from right now, like we were just talking about, staying in the moment and moving forward here, making choices that align with our soul, with our worth as well. There could be some divine detours coming in here. Some of you may have thought you had something in the bag. For example, let's say you thought you were going to purchase a home, or you had this job, and then something else kind of comes in. So I'm getting here 2 opportunities where maybe something falls through, but something right behind it comes in. Or if you've already said yes, there could be something new that comes in that you may benefit from taking a look at what that opportunity could be. Now you may be saying, well, Melissa, if it comes up after, is it really my opportunity? But I feel like it's about you being aware of what you truly want, because maybe you wanted that in the moment because your priorities were, A, B, and C, and you thought that A was really your top priority, but maybe C was, right? So a new opportunity comes in and there's C, and you may be saying, well, that's really what I truly desire. So just take a look. Don't narrow yourself to one specific outcome, because I feel like there's a plethora of opportunities here for you that may be better aligned. Now you have the Queen of Wands smack dab in the middle of your reading. Now, Taurus, I am getting here, there's a newfound sense of confidence and ambition within you. This is about you regaining that confidence that maybe you felt like you've lost, right? I feel like you're highly magnetized and attractive at this time because you've been doing the work here, I see. You've been releasing something that is giving you more strength, okay? You're not letting it take hold of you any longer. Queen of Wands, when she shows up, she's creative, she's artsy, she could be an entrepreneur, or she works in an office setting, or she's really good at multitasking, right? But she is someone who is very attractive, very bold and wise, and she inspires others to live her best life. Or their best lives, because she's willing to take risks and focus on living her best life. And so she is someone who she's had to learn how to, over time, not let other people dim her fire. And now she's that phoenix rising from the ashes, where there's nothing that she can't set that intention and captivate the audience or captivate whatever it is that she wants to head towards. She has the strength here. Typically you see a black cat like a house cat, right? But in this one, there's a Black Panther. So this is a feminine energy here of power. I'm getting warrior here. So regardless if you're female or male, it doesn't matter. I love this, especially if you are male, because it means you're receptive. You're receiving the feminine blessings here of being open. And there's some gifts coming in for you here, big time. Taurus, you have the Five of Swords in reverse. This is good. There's a few cards that are really great when they come out in reverse, and this is one of them, because this is about you being able to compromise instead of someone always needs to get the last word. Okay, so whether this is in a career, it could just be that someone feels like they're constantly one-upping you, or you're not feeling seen or heard, or it feels like you're going to battle every damn day when you walk in, right? For others of you, if this is a partnership or a family member, it just feels stressful because someone is teetering on the edge. Someone's walking on eggshells, or the other person may be a little more loud, a little more dominant, a little more expressive. I feel like there's more reciprocity, because you can also see here the shadow work. There's two people, whether it's you looking at your shadow, that this could be you as well, looking at your own shadow. It doesn't have to be someone else. For those of you, if it is, I feel like there's some sort of compromise. Maybe that compromise is to agree to disagree and walk away, right? Maybe it's saying, okay, well, even though that person may feel like, yes, I won because Taurus walked away, it's not really a win. Sometimes the bigger person needs to walk away. And I feel with this situation, if this is you, I feel like you're letting go of that mental conflict, going back and forth, back and forth. Should I? Shouldn't I? This is about you knowing what is best for you and sticking to some sort of a decision, but it's also about giving yourself the flexibility. Because again, there's not this energy of I have to win. There is more of a shift of energy. Well, I'm going to win. I will win. I believe in myself. It's not forced, because when it's forced, we push away what it is that we truly seek. And I see, because you have the Queen of Wands, you're highly attractive, and there's not this domineering mental force behind it that is causing it to spiral any longer, where it may have in the past. Towards the end of the month, you have the King of Swords, Gemini energy here, air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. King of Swords is about choosing ethics over emotion. It can be at times using that brilliant brain of yours, that control center. But I sense that there's something here with releasing some old restrictive patterns or beliefs or a mindset, because sometimes the King of Swords, he can get very stuck in something that he's believed for quite some time, but that's helped him. It's helped him get to where he's at. But there's something that you may be leaning more about, being more flexible about. So for example, perhaps you always thought that you had to do business a certain way. Maybe you've thought that, in order to do business, I had to ruthlessly, move forward with this determination and this energy of a little bit of forcefulness, right? Or maybe you felt other people had to have that around you. I sense that you're taking a little bit of a step back and you're saying, I don't need to force anything. I don't need to try so damn hard. I have clients come to me all the time and they say, Melissa, I'm tired of doing the spiritual work. And I say, spiritual soul, right? You don't have to intentionally every single day focus on spiritual work, because you are a spiritual being. This should come, in a sense, naturally to you, right? It's like finding something outside of yourself when it's already within you. And I feel like you're cutting yourself some slack here, because something was really, really stuck. Again, remember I said lodged into the energy field and it may have been hindering you? That's that King of Swords here. And you're saying to yourself, there's some sort of compromise that you're willing to take. And it's not because because of your worth, you feel worthless. I feel like it's the opposite. You're willing to compromise this or negotiate because you're trusting yourself, which is beautiful. Well, you're supposed to be trusting yourself. You do have the High Priestess showing up here. Don't silence your intuition, because your intuition is loud and clear at this time. Now, some of you are saying, but Melissa, I can't hear my intuition. If that's the case, quiet the noise, because that Five of Swords can be that mental distraction and conflict. And the best way for you, Taurus, is to come back to yourself, to your highest self, receive the information, the channel divine messages for you to connect with spirit, loved ones, is to not not push away or second guess yourself. And a lot of us do that at times. You'll receive intuitive insights and you say, oh, that's just a pipe dream. I can't really do that, right? If I would have done that, I wouldn't be here today. So for an example, when I first started this YouTube channel, I received specific verbatim, word for word. There was a long story short here, there was a specific topic I was being guided to type into YouTube. And prior to this, I had only went on YouTube really to listen to music. I never even knew tarot readers existed on YouTube. And Spirit said, I'm a Libra. Spirit said, type in Libra and the month, I believe it was, and tarot. And I said, okay, this is crazy, but I've learned now not to question what my guides or what Spirit brings through. So I ended up putting that into YouTube, and Spirit said, click on the second video. And I clicked. And by golly, that video, everything that was going on in my life was right there in front of me. My jaw hit the ground, and Spirit said, with a chuckle, a little bit of humor, right? This is what you will be doing in 1 month. I said, Spirit, you're crazy. I don't know how to, I don't read tarot. I read intuitively. I sit in front of a person and I just read the energy. I don't use cards. And Spirit said, this is your avenue for reaching a global scale. So you better get to work. And I did, by all means. 1 month from that date that I received that message, I put out my first video, and that was back in 2021. And here I am today. So if I would have silenced that message, if I would have cast it aside, I wouldn't be here today with almost 30,000 subscribers and a beautiful growing community here on YouTube. So that is a perfect example of the messages that you are receiving as well. Don't silence that intuition by telling yourself, I can't, right? Yeah, I didn't know how to read tarot, but by golly, I learned it, right? I learned it and I put out that first video, and I'm still learning. Sometimes we think we have to perfect, right? Perfectionism can get in the way of progress so often. I'm guilty of this myself, where, if I would have waited until I felt like it was perfected, man, I would probably be 80 years old before I put out my first YouTube video. So don't silence that intuition here, Taurus, because you give yourself more credit. Your intuitive skills, your abilities, the gifts that you have, the ideas that you have, the inventions that you have, Taurus, could be more successful than you ever realized possible. You just have to take that next step. When it comes to love, you have here, give your relationship a chance. You have soulmate, and you also have you deserve love. So some of you are going through a struggle with someone close to you, okay? There could have been, this could be a twin flame for some of you. For others of you, it's definitely a soulmate who has come here to bring you back to loving yourself, okay? For others of you, if this is toxic, if this is harmful, of course, move in the other direction. But if this is a relationship that has come to test you in ways that were unfathomable, can't even say that, tripping over my words here, unfathomable. I feel like you are learning so much about who you are on a deeper level. You may decide to forgive, maybe give this person in this relationship a chance. This could be your mother. It could be a sibling. It could be a child. It could be a lover. It doesn't have to just be romantic. Work on your partnerships. You deserve love because you are lovable, Taurus. This is really powerful. You are lovable. And sometimes we go through situations where people ghost us. They hurt us. They cheat on us. They degrade us. They admonish us. We don't feel seen. We don't feel heard. And we tend to stack on, right? We put it in that corner. And we pile it up, and we don't go through that corner. And before you know it, the smelly clothes and everything kind of adds up there, and it starts to permeate within the energy field. And that's kind of what's happening, or what did happen here in the past. But this is about you reevaluating and taking a look at what's in that corner that we've been talking about in your whole reading here. And pinpointing, okay, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to release in order to feel good in my skin with who I am, my gifts, my body, my talents? Because you have more than enough here. Soulmate energy. For those of you that are single and you're looking for love, I feel like this is a great month for you to attract some sort of partnership or companionship, because you have the Queen of Wands here as well. Some of you, there could be two people as well. Someone may have their eye on you. Maybe you have their eye on someone else. I do feel someone is watching you from afar, so they could be paying attention to your social media, or they may drive by your house. Now this kind of, it feels like it could be creepy, but I feel like someone is just keeping tabs on you, or maybe checking in on you as well. I don't feel like it's a creepy type of way here. Of course, trust your own intuition. But it could be that someone has a hidden agenda that you may not be aware of. Maybe they want to get to know you, or they want to come together, but ego or pride could be keeping them a little bit further back. Now, when it comes to money, success, and abundance, you have the coffin, you have the coins, and you have the ornaments. So this is interesting because the coffin card, you may have felt like you've invested in things that may have racked up, maybe credit card debt, or maybe you've moved to an area, or you've invested in a property, or you've put your time and your energy into a business idea, and it feels like it's just not picking up momentum here. There could have been financial challenges. For some of you, a job ended. For others of you, yeah, you work in the office, or there could be some office fights, right? Friendships or relationships within that sector that have ended. Okay, some of you may even have someone at work keeping tabs on you as well, is what I'm getting here. But I do feel like there is a shift in energy, because Five of Swords, someone's backing off, or someone's leaving, deciding to walk away or not let this energy, because there's a close. The coffin, when the coffin closes, you rarely ever go re-dig it back up, right? That's what Spirit is saying. There's something here that it's important for you to see, because you can see that this coffin is open. So you may be looking at the past and saying, okay, I'm opening this up here. I understand now that I've understand and learned a valuable lesson. Now I can heal it and close this chapter, close this coffin, close this story that no longer has to replay in my mind. So the coins card shows up after some sort of ending, right? The coins is all about money coming in. It's about wealth and good investment. So take a look at that. You have here in the past bad investment, and then you have good investment. You've learned the lesson here, right? You don't have to keep repeating something. So if you have a scarcity or poverty conscious mindset around money, that money isn't flowing, I'll never have enough, or I can't get ahead, whatever that is, it's time to stick those thoughts in the coffin and close that, because you don't need those beliefs. They don't belong where you're going. This is all about good investment, sales and finance. Some of you may be in sales. I'm getting here a lot of office. So you could work remotely. You could work from home. This may be that you work on a computer, on a laptop. There is something here with investing in a new business or career, maybe technology. So it could be a new laptop, it could be a new phone, it could be a company vehicle, it could be an office desk as well. So I do feel like there's going to be some sort of supplies, thank you Spirit, supplies bought in the month of August that will help you with career, or help you with money, or something you could even save on. Maybe your kids are going back to school. There could be something here with saving as well and investing wisely. But I'm getting here with the ornament showing up. There's something that's really going to show fruit by December. By December. Well, that October wasn't a slip. So there could be something with October here, but I'm also getting December energy. Now, when the ornaments card shows up, this is about extra money, mature investments, which makes sense because this is near future. There's celebratory energy. So some of you could even be in retail, beauty, finish work, or maybe you're retiring, and towards the end of December, you make some sort of final decision, or you take a look at money here. But I like the ornaments card because, yeah, in the past, there's been something you've had to recoup from financially, or because of some sort of health concern, or you've had to take care of someone. Maybe you've had a family member come live with you, or you've had to go live with them. Or some of you, this could be college money as well. But I feel like, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. Some of you may have had a child where you've invested into their future, but it feels like they blew it. Okay, trust that everything is working out the way it should, okay? Because sometimes that can be difficult. I just gave this person a whole new opportunity and they blew it, right? But I feel like there's an increase because it says here getting a raise, and then you also have your extra money. So regardless of what ending has occurred in the past, get rid of or lock down any of those limiting beliefs that tell you I can't. Turn that I can't, get rid of that T, okay, to I can, because you absolutely can. You have here regeneration, card 46. Some of you may be 46 years old. This is also 10 energy, so 1. I am getting here new beginnings for you. This is that phoenix rising from the ashes that we talked about earlier. So yes, something may have crumbled, something may have been very challenging, very difficult, but you are rising above. Some of you even, maybe you live in Phoenix, okay? Some of you have a rising Phoenix maybe in your logo as well, or you may see this show up on maybe a t-shirt or on a business card, or you may see it walking into a place of food, some sort of establishment. That's your sign from spirit that you are recovering, that you are making a comeback. And one of my favorite sayings, the comeback is stronger than the setback. The comeback is stronger than the step back. And I certainly feel for a lot of you Taurians that have struggled mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you're making a comeback. But 100% of that is all about your belief, okay? Do you believe you're worthy? You are worthy, you are deserving, and you are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt of. Your crown has been bought and paid for, Taurus. Put it on your head and wear it. That's a quote by Maya Angelou. Today is soul action. For a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? Today's mantra, I am worthy of it all. Yes, I want you to tell yourself that now 3 times. Drop it in the comment section box below. I am worthy of it all. Or I am worthy of, and then put whatever it is specifically. Let's manifest here. Let's set the pre-intentions of that Lionsgate portal. Drop it in the comment section box below. I will enter you into the free monthly reading giveaway. I am worthy of it all, or put specifically what it is that you want. I am worthy of. Beautiful. All right, you have here some power animals, and the way that this came out was very interesting. Now, some of you may be born on the 7th, the 9th, or you could be 64 years old. Or you may be a life path 9, 7, or in a personal year of 9 or 7. Now you have brown bear. It says take a time out. Some of you feel overworked, overburdened. Maybe you just feel like you need a little bit of a rest. Some of you need a vacation from the vacation is what I heard here. Take a little bit of time out, okay, because this is about you kind of going inward, and we see that with the shadow work. Now we have wasp, which talks about sometimes life stinging, but then right behind it you have the bee, which is interesting because it said sweet results await. So look at this dichotomy right here. This is the energy here of failure and success. And when it comes down to it, they're both one, right? They're both combined. Without that sweet results, without that, sting, that it wouldn't be so sweet over here is what I'm sensing. So there's something that may have stung for you in the past, but sweet results await, and it's going to be even sweeter because of the sting. I hope that makes sense. And last but not least here, we have the Gatherer, which I really love. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I will put in the description box below all the cards used in the reading. Now the Gatherer here, it almost reminds me of a cornucopia where there's blessings and there's abundance. It's also card 21, and 21 in tarot is the world. So there's something that you could be wrapping up. Now the medicine here, the downside, reminds you, do not wander too far afield in search for what spirit has already provided. Practice paying it forward, being thankful in advance of receiving. If you are in a scarcity mindset, open your heart to look beyond current conditions, and you will find the bounty being offered to you. Practice sharing, not hoarding. And we just talked about hoarding earlier as well. Don't hoard everything in that corner, whether it's physical hoarding, whether it's mental hoarding. It's time to clear out that clutter. And the invitation is this for you. Look at the resources you already have close at hand. This is a time of abundance. Everything around you is ripe and ready for harvest. Banish the notions of scarcity that have limited your choices and colored your destiny. Pack your food for the winter and start with the low-hanging fruit that is all around you. Beautiful energy here, Taurus. So again, I'm getting this cornucopia here of abundance around you. It's important for you to deal with anything from the past that may be hindering your success. Preparation here is in order. With the Two of Coins, I feel like that is a preparation type of energy, getting ready, making decisions, but also compromise. There is something here about compromise, being on, I'm getting two energy as well. So choices, some sort of reflection. Maybe that's what you need to take a time out from, is so you can reflect, gather what you need in order to make the best decision for you, for your family, for your partnership, for your health. I feel like there's a lot of success coming in here, especially when you listen to your intuitive nudges. That is what I have for you, Taurus. I hope this resonates. Did I call you Pisces? I hope not. But Taurus, that is what I have for your August 2023 monthly reading. If this resonates, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Do drop in the comment section box below, I am worthy of it all, or I am worthy of blank. Let's set those pre-intentions for that 8/8 Lionsgate portal energy. And last but not least, if you are vibing with the energy of this channel and haven't already hit that like and subscribe button and that little notification bell that lets you know when the future readings come in, I would be greatly appreciative. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time. Lots of love.